Hey guys, welcome back to Shep Talk Movie Review. Today we are reviewing Rambo Last Blood. But first, before we get into it, a couple admin notes. First, if you like what you see here, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Helps my channel out greatly, and I truly appreciate it. Two, for the month of September, if you haven't heard already, I am doing a big giveaway. I'm giving away a $100 Fandango gift card. For the details, just make sure you stay to the end of the video. Now, let's get to the review. Quick synopsis. John Rambo has finally found peace on a horse farm when suddenly people have taken his niece and he needs to bring out the big bad Rambo again. Now I'm going to be honest here guys, I haven't seen a Rambo flick in I don't know how long. I know back in the 80s and 90s they were the staple, they were the go-to action movie. So, I was excited, but a little weary when I heard that Sylvester Stallone was going to do a new Rambo movie. Don't get me wrong, man, he's done good in the Expendables, in the action scenes. Expendables has been really good when they came out. And even the Rocky/Creed movies have been really good. The last Rocky film was really good, and then he realized he can't do or continue doing what he did in Rocky, so he went to the supporting role in Creed and became the boxing coach. So I was a little on the fence when it came to Rambo Last Blood because I was like, does he really have those acting chops still? Does he really still have those action scene, chops as well? But before I get into that, let's get on to the rest of the review. So, as we see, Sylvester Stallone is back as John Rambo. I don't know how many years it's been, but it seems to be 10 years since he's 10, a little bit maybe plus, since he's settled at this horse ranch farm where he's breaking horses and, living with his niece. And I don't know if that's his mother. They never really kind of explained that relationship. The niece keeps calling John uncle. And so the whole relationship, they don't really explain it too well. It's, but the whole thing is John Rambo has finally come to peace. He's living on this horse farm. He's, raising this girl to be his own pretty much. He's helping around. He's doing stuff. He's given up that past life. He's taking medication to fight the PTSD that this guy has suffered because God, if anybody has PTSD, it's John Rambo. And speaking of John Rambo's niece, she is played by Yvette Monroe, and the niece is called Gabrielle. Gabrielle is this, 17, 18-year-old girl. The world's ahead of her. She loves horses, but she's going out to college because she really doesn't know what she wants to do with herself in life. And of course, an 18-year-old girl fresh out of high school, college is the way to go. But her father has left her like 10 plus years ago. Again, timeline is a little wonky here. And so she's been trying to locate her father, and she's finally found her father, and he's living in Mexico. And before she goes away to college, she's like, she wants to confront her father. She wants to know why he left her, especially after her mother died. And she's not really listening to anybody. Rambo has told her, don't do it. This guy is a piece of shit. He doesn't care about you. You're better off not knowing him. Her grandmother, I do believe, is telling her that the guy has a black heart. He doesn't deserve you to have you in his life, etc., etc. But again, because she wants to know why he left her. Like anybody, if you're a kid and you find your parent that abandoned you, I get it. You have this deep desire to find out why they gave you up. They're your parents, right? You think that they would love you unconditionally, that they want you to be in their life. So, she gets that. She can't handle having these two people that she loves tell her that this person that helped bring her into this world doesn't want her to be in this world anymore. And so with that, she decides, I'm going to go off and find my dad without John Rambo or her grandmother knowing. And I'll tell you guys, when I first saw the trailers for these movies, at least especially the ones that kind of gave more plot details, I kind of called this movie Taken, with Rambo, pretty much, because the premise, at least what they showed us on the trailers, was that, right? Rambo is now has a family. I don't remember, again, I hardly remember all the Rambo movies. So he has this family. His niece goes down to Mexico. Of course, she gets kidnapped and put into becoming a sex slave. And Rambo's got to come out of retirement and take out the bad guys. And I'm going to say that's kind of where the similarities to Rambo Last Blood and Taken are. In Taken, Liam Neeson's character pretty much walked through Paris, France, and didn't really have any real-world consequences to what happened to him and his family. Rambo Last Blood, that's off the table. There is stuff that happens in this movie that had me on the edge of my seat, kind of going, wow, they actually went there. I didn't think they were going to go in that direction for this movie. And it's very interesting, the road they take to kind of separate themselves. I'm trying to... The action in this movie is... Yeah, I'm going to say it's a little over the top. I don't say it's really out over the top. But the action scenes, this is what everybody's looking for when coming to Rambo. And it's kind of sad. I'm going to say this. There's like one good action scene in the middle of this movie. And then there's pretty much the montage action scene at the end of this movie. And that's pretty much the highlights of this, right? Is that we're trying to go into this movie. We're expecting Rambo. We know Rambo. He kicks butts and takes names. And Sylvester Stallone delivers on that. Now, what I'm going to say they don't deliver on, though, for us is the acting, and I'm going to even say the writing. The pace of this movie, you can tell it's been through many rewrites. Let me say that. We've seen it in the news. They've been doing shots and reshoots from this movie since pretty much, I do believe, April. I don't think they actually finished doing reshoots and remaking this movie just a few weeks before this thing got a theatrical release. So, and it's 89 minutes long. It's the shortest Rambo movie out there. And I think that's the reason why I'm having issues with this movie, is that we're not given time. It seems like everything's at a fast pace. And so we don't get that development between Rambo and Gabriella and the grandmother. We're like thrown into the mix of it. We're supposed to try to grasp what they're, giving us, fill in the backstory. But, it falls flat for me. Even the acting falls flat a little bit. Like, Rambo is giving out these emotional speeches, emotional talks. And, Sylvester Stallone is not great at dictation. Neither am I, as you can tell in this video. And it tells. And even, I know the actress that's playing Gabrielle, I haven't really seen her too much. I did quick research on IMDb. She's done stuff. She was even nominated for a couple awards. So the acting is there. So that means I gotta fault the writing, which, again, Sylvester Stallone helped write. So, part of the blame falls on him. And, so the actors can only do so much what they're given with, and especially if this thing is being cut over and over again, reshot over and over again. I know reshoots on a movie, especially a big movie like Rambo, happen all the time. I'm not one of those people that cry foul when we hear about reshoots. It just seems that this movie was in a little bit of a production development hell kind of thing since like April. I don't know if they knew exactly where they wanted to go with this, or if certain things just didn't seem to click with them. But you can tell, especially in the beginning of this movie, you could tell that there's some issues. I wasn't 100% sold on the relationship between Rambo and Gabrielle, but they do have some good scenes. Don't get me wrong, there's a few good scenes in here between them that I'm like, wow, if we could have got a little bit more of that, I probably would have been more interested in especially that first part of that movie. But it seemed like they were just they wanted to get to that Rambo in scene where they wanted this montage of action. And don't get me wrong, that is really great. It's really fun. I enjoyed myself. I was like gasping half the time during that scene. It was really well done. But guys, with that being said, Rambo Last Blood, how many Sheps am I going to give it? And I was back on the fourth on this, man. I was like, do I give it 2 Sheps? Do I give it 3 Sheps? Do I give it the first 2.5 Sheps? You know, and I'm trying to think, you know, I think I'm going to stick with my gut on this one, guys. I think I'm going to give it a 2.5. I think you're going to be happy going to see this at an evening time. I think you're going to be happy going to see this in a matinee. Either way, you're going to be happy. It's not perfect. It has its flaws. It's, you know, you're going there to see Sylvester Stallone kick some ass, and he does that. I wish we got to see more of it, though. I wish we got to see a better story develop. But I'm going to give it the first Shep 2.5 Sheps. All right, guys. Thank you for sticking around. And as I said at the beginning of this movie, or this review, I am doing a big giveaway. I'm giving away a $100 Fandango gift card. There's only 2 things you got to do to enter yourself into this giveaway. First, be a subscriber to my channel. Please, if you have your subscriptions set to private, set them to public, because I need to verify that you are a subscriber to my channel. If you do not have them set to public, I can't verify and you won't be entered into the giveaway. I will have the instructions on how to do that in the giveaway or the description down below. Second, answer this question. Have you seen any of the other Rambos? What is your favorite Rambo? And if you haven't seen Rambo, and if you haven't seen Rambo Last Blood, that's fine. Tell me then, what is your favorite action star? All right, so either one. What is your favorite Rambo movie? Or what is your favorite action star? That way I give you an out for if you haven't seen Rambo. But guys, like I said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you at the next review.